Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your December 2025 reading. So, the last reading of 2025, it's December, it's the winter solstice, and of course, Christmas and Hanukkah and all the celebrations that are happening in this, you know, hinge period where we're stepping from one period to another. Hint the solar, not the solar, but the solstice, the winter solstice if you're in the northern hemisphere, of course. And so the longest night. And at that point, on the 21st of December, at that point, of course, the days are going to start to be longer, taking back time. So instead of shrinking, we're just crossing on the other side. Symbolically, and in your practice, if you like to follow the movement of nature like this and use its movement, its energy, its frequency. So knowing it's the longest night, it's kind of the opposite of Beltane or the summer solstice, of course. Halloween is the opposite of Beltane. This is the summer solstice. So here, knowing that we're from the within and we're slowly going to emerge, it's a beautiful time to put the seeds. That's why you'll have a lot of ceremonies that are all about making your wishes for Christmas or for the new year. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to make. Because it's putting intentions that are slowly going to be fed with the ever-expanding sun coming back. Also for if you ever practice or pay attention to the moons, we have the full moon in Gemini, and knowing we are in the season of Sagittarius, its front neighbor in the wheel, that's going to be on the 4th of December. So what is the state of being, the questioning, the intention we're putting on? Let's say if you do a full moon ceremony or if you put your water out there, what is going to be the information going in it? Gemini is all about finding information, understanding, communicating it, but processing it, gathering it, looking at it from different perspective. And Sagittarius is about faith. So you could say that, one is in the embodied gut and the other one is in the mind. So one is in the fire, one is in the air, but one helps shape the other, or either we contradict or we help shape each other. They work together or they work one against another. But here, that full moon is going to show light, bring consciousness into an area that was in the shadow. So an area of our faith or of our belief, of our philosophy that can expand outside of our comfort zone, of course, because it's in Sagittarius, that is going to gather new information, maybe a new perspective, something that's going to help us readjust it, because that's what's going to guide the next steps. So that's the 4th of December. Knowing this is the kind of process, magical process you can do in your practice, in your moon, full moon practice, or even, just drinking your tea and thinking about it on that day. These are my beliefs. How can I see that from a different angle? Let's see if I'm receiving, a sentence, a line in a book I'm reading, or on, a program or whatever. That's magic enough. So anyway, we have that. And then we'll have the new moon in Capricorn at the end of the month around the 20th, because entering into Capricorn. So right away, when it comes to how we're going to invest ourselves, it's the new moon, so it's going to grow. How am I going to invest myself? What do I want to invest? And so on a long term. Hint, our new moon. So on that day, that's something to open yourself to think about. If you're not physically doing it in a ritual, you can open yourself to receiving or intentions and so on. All right, so now let's see what the tarot wants to talk about. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me give Tauruses a reading for the month of December 2025 for their best path. Oops. Taurus. All right. So, give me 3 cards. There we go right away. Okay. So we have the Sun and the 8 of Pentacles. They're in reverse, okay? Something is blocking it from being completely, consciously there in your life, physically apparent. Maybe it's suspended in the ether here. Because we have some beautiful leftover 5 of Swords, okay? That is enough to pretty much block anything. The 5 of Swords is, because let's say, if it would be like this is you investing yourself. It's the knowledge that the moment I focus, I put my energy into something, of course it's going to grow. It's that inner knowing, like the seed has that inner knowing. The moment I will touch the garden, I will be fed, and I will focus into growing, and that is the natural process of things. The sun will back me up. The sun is that benevolent, ever-expanding energy. It is coming back after this month. But here we have the inner child in there. The inner child is part of your ego. You have the wounded ego, you have the healthy ego. The ego is the part of you that has that identity that is unique to you. And the love of the ego, the love of the inner child with his passion, is that kind of, hey, I want to see where this is going. I want to see, like, oh, the seed of Taurus here, if I put it in the ground, what will it become? So there's this excitement of self-expression. And for that, you need an healthy ego to want to see where you're expanding. Okay? You cannot have denial of self, because then you'll never expand. You might make a lot of people expand, but not you. So here, something is preventing this natural growth process. And it might be our beautiful 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords, you see that guy is using 3 swords. The moment you have a masculine on a card, we're talking about our masculine. That means our left brain, our rational Cartesian side, the part that is active out there, that will make the decisions and invest its willpower into the world. We all have it. We're not talking men are like this, women are like this. We all have a left and right brain, hopefully. So this is when our left brain, our inner masculine, is using three swords, is using his three of swords, his sorrows, his disappointments, the conclusions he drew from a painful situation that planted in his heart, three of swords, that puts dark clouds over everything. He's got red hair. He's really passionate about this. And so when it may be something from your fifth house, self-expression, Leo aspect, wants to express something, plant it and grow it, he's going to come about and he's going to say, it will never work because you're not enough, or because your father told you you'll never amount to anything, or maybe because it always doesn't work for you, or whatever is that belief that is strong enough to cut the legs of the other masculine aspects that came up with this aspiration, with this passion, with this will to express yourself. So maybe the Gemini moon is going to show you this from a different aspect. Those arguments your shadow is holding so strong on you. Are they really based on, do you really want to keep them? All right. So something will happen here. So we have a lot of cards. So of course we have the Chariot in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. When you think of those two cards, but this is upright. When you think of those two cards, the Chariot is your, it's your success in the sense of your movement forward towards your aspiration. So when the shadow and the light are going in the same direction, your left brain, your right brain, your what you attract and what you go forward, they're actually in harmony. So that's why he doesn't need reins to control that. He's mastered his moon, he's mastered his shadow, and he's guided by his 8-pointed star, his aspiration, and that's where it creates success. So, but when it's in reverse, something is stopping it. We see it right there. And it can have something to do with the not knowing. And being a Taurus, that means doubting or not being sure or not having embodied your self-worth, your self-value, knowing that you will be backed up. If I take the example of the seed, it's if the seed goes into the garden but will float right over it because it thinks maybe if I actually put my foot there, nothing will happen. I will not be nurtured. I will not be provided what I need. I'll be abandoned because I'm not an oak tree. I'm just a dandelion or whatever. You see what I mean? So that would put a hold on things. But something will happen to change that. Here we have an Ace of Wands. There's the fire, and there's when it comes to investment, look at all these pentacle, Knight of Pentacle, Three of Pentacle. Now the masculines, I don't have that 5 of swords again where you had 3 men. Here we have the same 3, not the same guys, but almost same 3 guys, but now they're working together. So the priest that had the idea, the aspiration, he's the closest to the, let's say, the pineal gland. He has access to the right brain. So, the aspiration of the soul, he got it. He talks to the architect. That's going to be like, there's going to be like, pillars like this, and we're going to make it happen like that. And then you have that same red hair guy, but this time, instead of defeating with beliefs, he's actually doing it. He's actually doing it. He's using his chisels and his hammer. So he's using his mind and his willpower to carve the matrix. And it is in a slow but sure way of doing it. This is kind of Virgo, okay? So we know it's going to get there. We know it's going to do all the steps that are needed. You won't skip. You won't, botch and turn corners fast. You'll do it well, but you will have this month the energy to do it. Maybe the willpower to do it. That's going to counter this. Something's going to happen to turn that around, that's for sure. There's something. You're going to leave the old wounds of the wounded divine feminine behind. You're going to release what you were holding on to. And maybe you're going to look at things from a different perspective. A little help from Gemini moon here. Because when she's not sure, when she didn't hint our Queen of Pentacles, if she doesn't know her worth, the value and the worth of all the seeds that she possesses within herself, when she doesn't trust her aspirations that comes from the stars, when she doesn't trust that this luxurious nature is going to be there to provide everything she needs, if she's not sure that she is loved unconditionally, Venus here, and that love and that passion will grow anything she touches, if she's not sure of that, if she has arguments against it and the emotional backup to make it a belief, nothing will happen. So that's very interesting. It's beautiful. And I think it's like if it's something that you probably already knew you wanted to bring. It's that kind of, push down fire we want to express and plant and grow. And you're finally going to release the arguments against it. You'll stop fighting yourself from doing it. Let's see. From building it, creating it. Let's see. Sun and the Eight of Pentacles. All right. So we have what we've always loved and wanted to offer from our heart, but with the unconscious or invisible doubt that maybe we're not enough and it will not be received. And since that was our story before, look at that water, those 3 cups. 3 cups of what has already been manifested, okay? And that maybe wasn't so great. At one point, we need to leave that behind in the knowledge that there is a cup out there. There's a new vibration, a new way to clean slate without the past imprints of what was. This is probably that, and the 5 of Swords is a great paralyzer. But it is something that is so connected that you always wanted. So what happens here? That Ace of Wands, that new fire that really ignites you. Well, maybe you're getting rid of that card. Is that enough? Must be something else. Whoops. You're taking the pentacle in your hand, getting rid of the anxiety a little bit. Since it's the Ace of Wands there, it's still in the hand of God. So maybe this month, the anxiety, These, the anxiety of it maybe not being enough, what you want to bring, what you want to build, and all of that. You might feel some of this, but something makes you take the pentacle anyway. And at one point, there you go. That's when this is happening. Then you see the path of, yes, things can be easy breezy. I'm moving into action, and I'm releasing. Here is the Venus in Scorpio. I'm releasing the projections of what could happen and all of that, and being more, you're actually going to start doing it, bringing that fire to back you up. That's the Eight of Wands. And you're going to see the threshold where on the other side it's like, yes, Taurus, come on in. Come and celebrate. Everything you see is what is. There's no trap or whatever this there to meet you. You will not face lack, that whatever you want to create is not good enough and nobody will want it, and you have anxiety about it, or how am I going to do it because I don't have what it takes to make it. All of this, because that's what I've known until now, all of this was your energy killer. But this is imprinted in your waters, and as long as it's imprinted in the waters, we're projecting it. If we're projecting it, we cannot see in front of us. So leaving it behind will start the flow of energy, the serendipity, and oh, there it is. The universe is sending me what I need. How should we call this? How should we call this? I'll call it unblocking, okay? Because this, we're blocked. And that's probably what you're feeling right now. If you're listening to this at the beginning of the month or the end of November, like the day before, if I look at the date. But yeah, unblocking. All right, my beautiful Tauruses, I am sending you all my love and light, and thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and all of this. For Christmas, if you want to offer tarot reading or the book that is, there's the link on the website. There's, all sorts of services. It will be a pleasure. And also, yeah, may all my love and light be with you. And I'll see you next month. Oh, no, next month, yes, but also next year. Bye.